Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about Contracted Phase 2, which I didn't even know they made a sequel, but I watched it and I did review Contracted, the first one, and I'll link it down below. Someone on Twitter had mentioned that the sequel was on Netflix now, so I was like, I have to watch it. I don't even remember if I liked the first one or not. I think I had issues with it, but overall I think I did like it. General plot synopsis is there's this STI that makes people into kind of zombies and they slowly die. Overall, this whole thing kind of reminds me of Starry Eyes, but I think Starry Eyes is a better version of it. Anyway, this one I was actually pleasantly surprised that it picked up right after the first film and they had the same characters in it, and usually that doesn't happen, or at least when I've seen horror sequels, a lot of the time it's like the same people aren't in it, they just have new people and it's like a different storyline kind of. This one follows Riley, who is the guy that Samantha in the first film ends up having sex with towards the end and infecting, and we get to see his storyline, which was really cool. I have to say overall, I kind of was confused a lot of the time because it's been so long since I saw the first one, so I didn't know who Alice was, but that's just me. If you watch them closer together, you'll probably know, or if you have a better memory, you'll probably remember a lot of characters. But I thought the sequel was alright, especially for a sequel for such a movie that's not, I don't want to call it a B movie, but it's not a popular movie, like it wasn't in theaters or anything, so for it being kind of a indie movie, I don't know what you would call it, but a smaller type movie, it was actually really good. One thing I like about these films is the real effects that they use, and they don't really use CG or anything, and you know, the blood looks very realistic, which adds to the gross factor. This is definitely one of those gross movies that have, you know, eyeball things and what else? Pee things, you know, when they pee blood. It's got those kind of things, so it's kind of gross. They vomit blood a lot. Throughout the film, I was really impressed with the acting. I thought the acting of everybody was really good. There were some unrealistic moments in the movie though, definitely. Riley's sister is pregnant and they're at Alice's celebration of life, I guess, in their house. And there's nacho dip, like queso, on the table. And Riley is standing there as the song's being played and he just starts having a bloody nose. And the blood drips in the queso, which is disgusting, and then his sister comes over and dips a chip in the blood and the queso and eats it, and she looks right at it. I don't know if she thought it was hot sauce or salsa or what she thought, but I feel like if I saw that in queso, I wouldn't eat it. And then she didn't even taste it, which you can taste blood. It's pretty, you know what it tastes like. And then I feel like they tried to get out of that by her saying, oh, I was so hungry, because she's pregnant and she gets hungry a lot, so she doesn't even care if there's blood in it, which I thought was a cop-out. That's not realistic. It's not how life works. I don't care if you're pregnant or not pregnant, you're not gonna eat blood. Obviously this movie isn't the most realistic as it is because it is about a zombie STI, which I'd say this is one of those movies or series, I guess, 2 movies, whatever you want to call it, that are kind of in the guilty pleasure list. They aren't the best, but they're not the worst by any means. The acting's pretty good. The storylines are a little weak here and there. Like there's definitely some moments where it's not believable or it's not good. But as a whole, I actually like these films, and I like the gross factor. I like how real it looks with the blood and everything, and that they actually use real effects. I feel like sometimes they're inconsistent, like with the eyeball stuff. Like when he looks at someone one time, he has one cloudy eye and they're not red, and then he looks at someone, they're red, and both are cloudy, and I feel like sometimes it's just continuity things that aren't realistic. Just like in the sex scene from the first film, she actually scratches him through the shirt, and in the second film, he's kind of tending to it the whole time, and they have a flashback of him in the sex scene, and then he wasn't wearing a shirt. So it's just like those smaller things that are continuity that wouldn't really happen if it was a mass-produced film or something. But for me, I can forgive it because it's good in other ways, and it doesn't necessarily need to have those, you know, like be perfect to be enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on this series, I guess, or Contracted and Contracted 2, if you like them or not. I would definitely give them a watch. They're both on Netflix, or at least American Netflix when this video is being made. And I'll have the link to my other review down below if you want to hear more in-depth. I think I go more in-depth in that one than I do. Sorry, my cat. Definitely let me know your thoughts down below and more movie requests and what you want to see next on my channel, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.